Hey everybody, Sheldon here at Collector's Paradise in Pasadena for Free Comic Book Day, and I'm joined by Corinna and Gabriel, and you may know them from Heathen Town or perhaps Betrayal of Planet of the Apes, or maybe Atlas even, you know, maybe you know, maybe Hulk, you know. So you've been around. Let's put it like this: you've been around. Easily my favorite artist. I'm going to put it out there.
Well, thank you.
You look tired. Tell them how many sketches you probably did today.
Well, I started with a pad of 50 pages. I drew every page of that. The sketch for every page of that. I did, you know, whatever backing boards people brought up after that, whatever sketchbooks. So certainly 70, 75, something like that.
I think he probably top 100. It certainly feels like it at this point.
I'm sure,
We'll
absolutely.
argue that point, right?
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully you'll get some rest afterwards. But before you guys go, because I know, you know, I'm going to kind of try to keep it short. What are some of your, you know, we talk a lot about kids coming in on Free Comic Book Day and kind of exposing them to new comics. What are some comics that you remember sort of fondly as a kid being exposed to and being like, this is what is pushing me into comics because I love it?
Zot, the book from Eclipse. You know, I actually lived in Northern California in a town called Guerneville when I was a kid, and Eclipse offices were there.
Oh, nice.
And so we used to kind of go by and look in the window and stuff, and sometimes and they were kind of, you know, creepy old hippies, and they'd sometimes give us comics and stuff, you know, and so you know, and some of those were some of the first comics I read. The Eclipse books, you know, and Zot was like a very appealing one. And then, you know, there were superhero comics as well.
Yeah. And you, because I know you became a little bit more exposed a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I just had the comic strips in the paper, of which I loved the Phantom because he had those friends, you know, he had a horse, he had his dog. I thought that was fantastic, you know. So I followed that religiously, but it wasn't until I got into high school and I discovered like Love and Rockets.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But also Tintin. Tintin was the first comics I ever read.
Really?
For real, yeah.
Speaking of
like
dogs and comics, is
yeah, exactly.
Everyone should put a dog in their comic, and you'll have all the kids.
That's how you draw on kids. Dogs, right?
Animals. You can't work with them on film.
Yeah,
but put kids and dogs.
They're not doing. You're just drawing. I hate to break it to you, but it's just lines on paper.
I don't believe you. No, absolutely not.
But yeah, no, that was actually the very first thing I read. Yeah. Just something that, like, I went to a lot of. My mother was a fine artist. We went to a lot of museums and stuff, and they always had those in like the museum stores. And you know, I got those early on. I still love Tintin. I love those. Love those books.
Yeah, I wasn't exposed to Tintin until Simon from the site. Actually, he kind of got me into it. Now I love reading them. And they're fun. I mean, they're absolutely fun and lighthearted. And they're good.
I think they have some sort of fascist agenda behind them, but I overlook that.
It's probably better too. You have to pull back from it sometimes and be like, it's just Tintin.
Yeah, exactly. It does have a cute dog, though.
Yeah. So, what are you going to be doing now? What's going on with you art wise?
Well, I'm working on a film right now. I'm storyboarding a movie right now. So I couldn't do the next arc of Secret Avengers. You know, I will. The plan is for me to go back and do another Secret Avengers arc. Where I'm doing a 10-page Batman story. It'll run digitally first.
Oh, cool.
And Jeff Parker's writing that, so we're working together again on a like super fun little thing.
Of course it does.
It's working out very well.
Yeah.
I think.
Is this part of the new sort of DEC New 52 stuff, or
no, not at all? It's like many. They got many different creative teams to come together and do like you know, these. They'll be presented as like 20-page things on you know, issues that'll sell for a buck or something.
Okay.
And, they're you know, I can't think of who else, but I think Steve Niles is doing one, Ben Temple Smith is doing one. A lot of different people are doing them, and they're not in continuity at all. They're you know, they're just it's just a
fun stories,
a fun little self-contained story, which was very appealing to me. You know, just to get to draw Batman.
And more apes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're Exile on the Planet of the Apes is coming out right now that we wrote, and we are working on another arc after that, which has not been announced yet, but it's going to be it's going to be big, giant, enormous, disastrous things are going to happen in the next one. And also there's I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but there's an annual, an Apes annual that Corinna wrote a story that another guy is drawing, and
John Lucas is drawing.
Yes, John Lucas is drawing, and I just solo wrote a story that I'm drawing.
Okay.
So like an 8-pager where I'm doing everything. So
Okay.
that'll be fun.
And Jeff is doing one as well.
Jeff Parker's doing it as well. Yeah, he's writing one.
You don't need any other reason.
So it's got,
It's a little bit
it'll be
everything.
really fun.
Yeah,
Be really
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have an absolutely good rest of your weekend. Get some rest. You're going to need it.
We're sleeping in
Yeah.
And
tomorrow.
it was very good to see you guys again.
Thank you so
It's
much.
always good to see you.
Absolutely.
Comic Impact, there you go. You should have been at Free Comic Day. If not here, somewhere. Support comics. That's it. Now get out of here.